and today's Yu-Gi-Oh video I'm gonna be doing my Bujin's deck profile. So I gotta say, I really love Bujin so much. This is one of my favorite decks, and this is a deck that I play for fun. So I just like how the way the Bujins play well is pretty unique and stuff. So I'm gonna show you guys the main deck and the extra deck. So without further ado, let's get this started. So here we go. We're gonna start off with the main deck right now. So here we go. So let's go with the monsters. I play 2 copies of Bujin Haruko. Haruko is pretty good. You don't need to play 3. I feel like 2 is the perfect number. 1 is not good enough. 3 is too cloggy. But 2 is a perfect number. So Bujin Haruko is this normal pendulum monster. The pendulum effect says you can banish this card in your pendulum zone, then target 1 Bujin XC monster you control, special summon from your extra deck, target 1 Bujin XC monster with a different name by using that target as an XC material. This special summon is treated as an XC summon. XC material attached to this card also become an XC material to that summoning monster. That's pretty good as well, because this card help you to to summon, mostly for your Bujin to Suanowo, so that's pretty good as well. So I like this card pretty good. Next, I play 3 copies of Bujin Yamato. Yamato is pretty good as well. This is a card that you always gotta play 3. Yamato's effect says once per turn during the end phase, you can add 1 Bujin monster from your deck to your hand, then send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard. You can only control 1 Bujin Yamato. So that's pretty good as well, because you wanna go for your plays. This card helps you, go for your plays. Make sure he stays on the field as much as possible, because in this deck, the focus on this deck, you got to try to get the first turn your Bujin Yamato. Make sure he stays on the field as much as possible, and also you got to protect him as much as possible, so that way you can get your plays and stuff. And Bujin Yamato is a card you always got to play at 3. Next card I play in the deck, I do play 2 copies of Bujin Hiravi. 2 of these is fine. You don't need to play 3. I feel like 3 is too bricky in my opinion. So 2 Hiravi is enough for me. So Hiravi's effect says, cannot be normal summon /7. Let's special form from your hand by banishing 1 Bujin monster from your graveyard except for Bujin Hiravi. If this card which was summoned this way is destroyed by an opponent's card by battle or card effect and sent from your side of the field to the graveyard, and both player has a hand, you can discard 1 card your opponent control, and you can discard 1 card you control as well. So both players discard 1 card for their hands as well. You can only control 1 Bujin Hiravi, so that's pretty good as well. So it's pretty good. I like the effect of this card. Special summon the Bujin from your hand and stuff, but that way it also, if it's destroyed, you can discard 1 card from your hand. Your opponent got a strong hand, so that's pretty good. So that's pretty good as well, especially if you want to get rid of your opponent's hand. Next, I do play 1 copy of Bujin Makasuchi. Only 1 Makasuchi is enough, because I don't play that many Bujin spells and traps. So 1 Bujin Makasuchi is enough for me. His effect says, when a Beast Warrior type Bujin monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand once per turn during the end phase. If a Bujin monster was sent from your hand to the graveyard this turn, while you control this face-up card, you can add 1 Bujin spell and trap card from your deck to your hand. And of course, the Bujin spell you're gonna search is your Bujin Carnation. So this card is really good. So it helps you search for your Bujin Carnation and stuff. So it's really good. And of course, I play 1 copy of Bujin Saruda. Some Bujin players play this. Some Bujin players does not play this card. But the reason why I play this card is because I actually like the effect of Bujin Asura. It's really good. And if you want to know what the effect of Asura is, its effect says if a Bujin monster in your graveyard or face up on your side of the field is banished, except for the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand and face up defense and shit. Once per turn during the end phase, if a Bujin card was added from your deck to your hand except by drawing it, while you control this face up card, you can draw 1 card and then discard 1 sword. You can only control 1 Bujin sword. So that's pretty good as well for the draw power, the scarring, all that stuff, and that way you can get your plays and stuff like that. So 1 Asura is enough, and 1 Asura is enough in my opinion. Alright, so that's it for the Bujins. Now we're gonna move on to the Bujin tea. So I play 2 copies of Bujin Crane. Crane is it's good, not great, but it's still pretty good. What this card does, it says during damage calculated during in either player's turn, if a Beast Warrior Bujin monster you control battles an opponent's monster, you can send this card from your hand to graveyard. The attack of that your monster becomes double its original attack during the damage calculation only. So it doubles the original attack points of a Bujin monster you control. That's pretty good as well. It's pretty good as well, especially because this card helps you, like if you want to protect your model as much as possible. So it's really good. Alright, let's see. Next, I play 1 copy of Bujin Turtle, 1 copy of Bujin Hari, and 1 copy of Bujin Quillin. So one of each of these is enough in my opinion. You only need 1 of those. So these cards are pretty good. Turtle's effect says during either player's turn, when a card or an effect is activated that targets a Bujin monster you control, except during the damage step, you can ban this card from your graveyard to negate that effect. So he negates a target effect that targets a Bujin monster you control, so that's pretty good. Bujin Hari is pretty good as well. So Hari's effect says during either player's turn, you can ban this card from the graveyard to target one Beast Warrior Bujin monster you control, and then you put his turn. When it's activated, it can be protected from being destroyed by battle or by a card effect. You only get that effect once per turn. So this card protects your Beast Warrior Bujin monster from being destroyed by battle or by card effects. So that's pretty good. And Bujin Quillin is also good as well. So what Quillin does, if you control its effect says if you control a Beast Warrior type Bujin monster, you can ban this card from your graveyard, then target 1 face-up card your opponent control and destroy that target. You only get that effect once per turn. So that's pretty good as well. Destroy a face-up card your opponent controls, so it's really good as well. So Turtle protects your Bujin monster from being targeted. Protects your Beast Warrior Bujin monster from being destroyed by card effects or by battle. And while you control a face-up Beast Warrior Bujin monster, you can target 1 face-up card your opponent trying to destroy. So these cards are pretty good. 1 of each of these is enough, in my opinion. Alright, so that's as far as the non-Bujin or Bujin monsters, I do play 2 copies of Honest. Honest is really good as of course, during this card says all your Bujin monsters are like the light attribute. This card's really good. Of course, you can when you're a monster with the light attribute battles an opponent's monster, you can just send Honest from your hand to the graveyard, and then that light monster gains attack points equal to the attack points of your opponent's monster that battles. So this card is really good. I like Honest probably more than Bujin Crane, because Bujin Crane, it doubles the original attack points, while Honest says it gains the current attack points. So it's pretty good. That's it for the monsters. And now we're going to be moving on to the spells. So I played 2 copies of Bujin Carnation. So Bujin Carnation is the only spell card I play for Bujin. This card is pretty good. What this card does is if your opponent controls a monster, you control no monster, you can target 1 Bujin monster in your graveyard and 1 banished Bujin monster. And then special summon both targets. They cannot be used as XC material except for XC material of Beast Warrior, or Wind Beast XC type monsters. So that's pretty good as well, because it helps you to go for your, help you go for your XC monster of a Beast or Beast Warrior or a Wind Beast type monster. So that's pretty good. And this card could be searchable from, Bujin Makasuchi. So that's pretty good as well. Next, I do play 3 copies of Fire Information Tanky. Since, your monsters are Beast Warriors, you definitely got to play Tanky at 3. Of course, if you activate this card, you can search for a level 4 lower Bujin monster for deck your hand. This card is good because you want to go for your first turn, your motto and all that stuff. And of course, it's a continuous spell card because all Beast Warrior monster gets 100 attack points as well. So 3 of these is a must. Next, I'll play 3 copies of Pot of Duality. Pot of Duality is really good in this deck. Now, in the Bujin decks, Bujin does not special summon that much because, the main goal, you got to focus on your motto and get all your combos in place and stuff. Pot of Duality is really good. You can activate the top 3 cards from your deck, and you can add 1 of those 3 cards from the deck to the hand, and then shuffle the other 2 cards from the back into your deck. You only activate this card only once per turn. So, of course, you're gonna activate the Wild Ace effect once per turn, and also if you activate this effect, you cannot special summon the turn you activate this card. But the only good thing about this card is that it helps you go for your first search for your Yamato, or you can search for a tanky and then go for your Yamato and stuff. And of course, Bujin's because in this deck, Bujin, they don't special summon that much. So part of the Wild Elite is really good. It really helped out this deck a lot. And it's a card you always gotta play at 3. Next, I play 2 copies of Burial from a Different Dimension. This card is really good. I actually love this card. What this card does, you target up to 3 of your banned monsters and return them to the graveyard. So that's pretty good as well. I really like this card. The reason why I play this card is because I have a couple of monsters that have like a banishing effect. Like the Bujin monsters, like if you banish a Quillin or Hyrie or even the turtle, you can use Burial Different Dimension and bring them back to the graveyard, and then you can banish them and do their effects all over again. So that's pretty good as well. So and Burial Different Dimension, this card really helped out this deck a lot as well. So it's really good. Next, I play 2 copies of Twin Twisters. Discard 1 card for your hand and target up to 2 spells, trap cards on the field, and destroy them. This card is really, really good. I love playing Twin Twisters because you want to get rid of your opponent's back row. And next I play 1 copy of Monster Reborn. Because Monster Reborn, you target 1 monster and either place grab special summon it, so this card is really good. I love playing Monster Reborn. Next, I do play 3 copies of Dark Hole and 1 copy of Right Genki. Like, oh man, I gotta say, it's crazy that this card, Dark Hole, is at 3. So I decided to play 3 Dark Hole, 1 Regenki. It's really amazing because these cards can get rid of your opponents because you want to get all these monster destructions. And even though Dark Hole destroys all monster fields, not just your opponent but also yours as well, it's still really good. And it's amazing that this card Dark Hole is at 3. Of course, Regenki is limited to 1. So I decided to play these because, oh man, it really helped out this deck a lot as well. So I love playing these cards. Next, and the last 2 spell cards I play, 1 copy of Foolish Burial and 1 copy of Card Destruction. Foolish Burial said a monster for decks to graveyard. Card Destruction, both players scar and then they draw the same amount of hand. The good thing about Card Destruction, if you have a hand that is like bricky, you can use Card Destruction to get rid of your bricks and stuff like that. So it's really good. That's it for the spells. As far as the traps, I do play 3 copies of Mirror Force, 3 copies of Balance Trap Hole. Of course, these cards are the staple cards. These cards are really good. Mirror Force, destroy all monsters you're putting when they attack. Balance Trap Hole, destroy and banish an opponent monster that is special summon with 15 or more attack points. So these cards are pretty good staple cards. I love playing these cards. They're really good. And the other traps I do play 2 copies of Compulsory Evacuation Device, and 2 copies of Solemn Strike just to round out the main deck. Of course, Compulsory, you bounce 1 monster on the field, return it to hand. Solemn Strike, you pay 1,500 to negate a special summon effect or effect and stuff like that. So these cards are really good. It really help out this deck a lot. And that's it for the main deck. Now we're going to be moving on to the extra deck. So let me get the extra deck ready. I played 3 copies of Bujin Suanuwo. Suanuwo is really good. This is a card you always got to play at 3. So what Suanuwo's effect says, this card can attack all monsters your opponent control once each. Once per turn, detach 1 XE material from this card. Take 1 Bujin monster from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. You can only control 1 Bujin Suanuwo. So that's really good. It really helps out your plays and stuff like that. And him attacking multiple attacks on your opponent's monster is really, really good. So this is a card you always gotta play at 3. Next, I do play 1 copy of Bujin Kakasuchi. This card is really good as well. What this card does is says when this card is XE summon, you can send the top 5 cards from your deck to the graveyard. If your entire deck is less than 5, also this card gains 100 attack for each Bujin card that's sent to the graveyard by this effect. If a Bujin Beast Warrior type monster you control, it will be destroyed by battle or by card effect. You can detach 1 XE material from this card instead of destroying 1 of those monsters. You can only control 1 Bujin Kakasuchi effect. So that's pretty good as well. Excavate the top 5 cards and stuff like that. And also, if and also if a Beast Warrior time is about to be destroyed by Mana Card, you can just detach one of his X materials instead, so it's pretty good. Next, I do play one copy of Bujin Testicle Yomi. Of course, you only one of this is fine. You don't need to play multiple copies of this. What this card does is once per turn, you can attach this card, send your entire hand from the hand to the graveyard, and if you do draw 2 cards, well, this card you control face up leaves the field by an opponent's card effect. You can target a level 4 Beast Warrior Bujin monster in your graveyard up to the numbers of X you turn this card has on the field, especially some of those targets. You can only control 1 Bujin Testicle Yomi, so that's pretty good as well. Like, it's good for like if you have a brick hand, you can send it on and draw 2 cards and stuff. And it's a really good card. I like playing this card. It's really nice. And I also play one copy of the Bujin Administrator. Amasuru, I think that's pronounced the name. So yeah, Bujin Amasuru. So this card is pretty good as well. Its effect says you can only control this card once. You can only control 1 Bujin Amasuru. Once per turn, during any per turn, you can attach 1 XC material, and you can activate one of these effects. First effect says you can target 1 of your badge, level 4 lower monsters, and special summon it. Second effect says during your opponent's turn, you can target 1 of your badges, level 4 lower monster added to your hand. So that's pretty good as well. The first effect you can only activate during your turn, like special summon a monster from your graveyard, and the other effect you can only activate during your opponent's turn to add a level 4 lower monster from your hand. So it's pretty good as well. Really good card. Alright, as far as the other XC monsters that I play, I do play 1 Starlight Paladimo, and because this card is really good, of course, some of your, since your monsters are light attribute, it's pretty good, detach 2, target a face of monster your opponent control, and that becomes 0, and also if he's destroyed without a card effect, you can draw 1 card. 1 copy of Brotherhood of the Fighters Tiger King. I play him because, you want to search for the tanky. 1 copy of Gaga Cowboy. Just for if you special summon the cowboy, go in defense, and then you get his effect to pay to give your opponent 800 points of damage. So it's really good, especially if you want to go for the old, they go for cowboy for game. Like if you're, let's say if you're in control, and if your opponent has less than 800 or less life points, you can go make phase 2, go Gaga Cowboy, and then 800, burn the 800 for game. 1 copy of Tornado Dragon, because Tornado Dragon, destroys a spell and tracker during your play turn, so that's pretty good. Destroy a spell and tracker your opponent's turn. And the last XC monster I play for this deck is 1 copy of Diamond Narwhal. Diamond Narwhal is pretty good. It's like a Scrap Dragon effect, but only for Beast Warrior, or Wind Beast type monsters. So it's pretty good. You just target, 1 Beast Warrior or Wind Beast type monster you control, and 1 card your opponent control destroys. So it's pretty good card. So that's it for the XCs. As far as links, I only play 4. 1 copy of Hippo Shinigen. Since, like I said, all your monsters are the Bujin monsters are light attributes. So this is a pretty good generic card. Light monsters gain 500 attack and defense, and then dark monsters lose 400 attack and defense. And if this card is destroyed, you can target 1 of your life monsters from your graveyard added to your hand. 1 copy of Fire Fighting Daruma Doll. Since some of your monsters are Beast Warrior, Wind Beast type monster, this card's really good. Of course, this card gains 100 attack for each Beast Warrior and Beast monster you can on the field, and and then once per turn you can destroy spell tracker. You control 1 spell tracker your opponent controls, so that's pretty good as well. 1 copy of Underclock Taker, because Underclock Taker is really good. And the last card playing in the deck is Deco Talker for my Link 3. So Underclock Taker, it has the same effect as Vision Hero Adoration, but a Link monster. You target 1 face-up monster you control that this card points to, and 1 face-up monster you control, and then it loses attack points. And Deagle Talker, really good, Link 3. He gains 500 attack for each monster that this card points to, and then, if a card effect that activate that targets a card, you contribute the monster that this card points to, and destroy that, negate it, and destroy. So it's pretty good. And that's it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed my Bujin deck profile. So don't forget to like this video, share, subscribe, post your comments in the comment section below, and tell me what you think about my Bujin deck profile. That's it for this video, guys. This is Domingo Hero Network. I'll say take care. Have a good day. Goodbye, everyone. And Domingo Hero Network is signing out. Peace.